Hi, Staff Sergeant Richards with the Pennsylvania Army National Guard. Just want to take a little bit of your time to discuss who we are as an organization and what we stand for. First thing I want you to do is write down these 5 words: training, education, adventure, money, and service. Those 5 words tend to be the 5 main reasons that people choose to join the National Guard. Many people join the National Guard for the training. Being that we are part-time, just 1 weekend a month and 2 weeks in the summer, the training that you're going to learn in the military will transfer over to the civilian side just seamlessly. With hundreds of jobs to choose from in the National Guard, you could do something that ties together with your civilian job. Say you're a truck driver, you could come into the National Guard to be a truck driver. Say you're a nurse or a doctor, come in here to be a medic. Or you could come in here to do something completely off topic from what you typically do. If you're going to school for finance and you want to come over here just to be a ground soldier, join the infantry. Education is by far the largest benefit that we do offer in the National Guard. We cover 100% tuition to all state schools and universities here in Pennsylvania. I'm not saying your school isn't going to be on that list and isn't going to be covered, but the state schools are definitely there. I'm actually going to show you a list of those schools right now.
I'm Master Sergeant Smith with the Pennsylvania Army National Guard, currently assigned as the Section Chief for Team Lancaster for the Recruiting and Retention Command. Just having the security knowing that your college is going to be paid for and you're actually going to be making extra money while you're in college. A majority of Americans that graduate college have an enormous amount of student loans. And student loans is something that we take the burden on for you.
Adventure is by far my favorite reason for joining the National Guard, as it's the reason I joined. In September of my senior year in high school, I was 17 years old, and I was looking for something different to do. I had never really thought about the military until a friend of mine was joining. Sat down with the recruiter. I talked about the training, talked about education, talked about all the things that this video is going to cover. Just kind of sparked some interest in me. Yeah, September 11th hadn't even happened yet. I was waiting for my birthday to come around on the 12th, had all the paperwork ready to go, join on my 17th birthday. So it wasn't out of patriotism due to terrorism going on in the world. Just something I wanted to do, something different. I had never even considered it. So here I was taking that step.
So money, there's a lot of different reasons why people join the National Guard. Probably, the top reason would be service and then, education benefits and stuff like that. But I think, money kind of falls into 2 categories with the National Guard. One is you didn't realize the amount of money that you just fell into. So we have a lot of extra benefits that, aren't often talked about or sought out, but they are there to get. You're saving an enormous amount of money by signing on to one of our programs versus maybe using other programs that are available on the civilian side. What I'm going to talk to you today is a little bit about service. It's probably the primary reason why people join the National Guard, and it was definitely my primary reason for joining. So I'll tell you a little bit about myself and how it relates to service. September 11th, 2001 happened, and I remember I was a student at Indiana University of Pennsylvania at the time, studying exercise science. And obviously when that happened, it was a major disaster and catastrophe in the United States of America. And at that time, there were a lot of people who stepped up in various ways to serve their country, their community, and their state. And one of my friends that I was in college with was in the National Guard, and I really didn't know anything about the National Guard at the time. His unit was called up to secure the plane crash in Pennsylvania. And I remember when he went, I talked to him and I said, hey, can I go with you? I want to do everything that I could do to help. And he told me that, he was in National Guard and it was just something that he could do. So when he came back, I spoke to him about it, and he explained to me, what the National Guard was, the training that he had received through basic training, and he was a medic, and, the benefits of being in the National Guard with education and how they were paying for his way through Indiana University of Pennsylvania, one of the state schools. And like I mentioned before, that was the school that I was going to. And, it was just something that I wanted to be a part of. So I called my parents and I talked to them about it. And I think they were a little hesitant at first just because maybe I caught them off guard and it wasn't really something that I spoke to them about before. But after a pretty lengthy phone conversation, I think they understood that, my reasons for wanting to join were just simply to help. So that's why I joined. It was service. I think that the National Guard is just a great organization to join if you are the kind of person that wants to serve, but you might want to pursue other things in the civilian world, like a college education or another career path. The National Guard provides you the opportunity to do both. So you can, receive the training and be in the military while still having the opportunity to pursue other things. And I think a lot more people would join the National Guard if they knew really what it was. So I would encourage you to, if you are curious about the National Guard, I would encourage you to reach out to a recruiter or reach out to someone that that might be in the National Guard and talk to them about it and get all the information. So there's a lot of information out there, and a great source of information is our website. So if you go to nationalguard.com, you can find out a lot of information on there. That's all I have. Have a great day.
That's all I have right now. If you have any questions about anything you just saw in this video, feel free to reach out to me. I'm going to put my contact information at the end of this video. If you need or have any questions for Master Sergeant Smith, reach out to me. I'll put you in contact with him also. Like he had said, check out nationalguard.com. Wealth of information on there. You can explore all the career fields that we have to choose from and some of our other education benefits. Other than that, thank you for watching and enjoy the rest of the virtual career fair.